Hello everyone, this is Aguila from Freelog. So today in this video, we are going to learn the basics of Ielts. Ielts, which stands for International English Language Testing System. First of all, let's go through the basics of Ielts. What is Ielts and its purpose? Yes, it is an international standardized test of English language proficiency for non-native English language speakers. The test is primarily taken by those who wish to study or work in countries where English is the primary language. And the main purpose of the test is to assess the ability of non-native speakers to communicate effectively in English and to determine their level of proficiency in the language. So for IELTS, it is basically divided into two, that is, the general and the academic IELTS. General IELTS actually focuses on English survival skills, social or workplace language, which is based upon or which is a test just for someone who is willing to work abroad. And the academic session is completely different. It is meant for students who wish to study at UK or join an institute of higher education. So it is purely meant for students who just want to focus on their studies, further studies in abroad. And this test covers four key skills. What are they? They are listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So these are the four main modules that the test covers. So let's go through it one by one. Also, we should know the band scale or the score for each and everything, right? First of all, it's the listening skill. So for listening test, it ranges from 1 to 40. The total score is 40. And here you can see the band score for each score. Okay, the one who scores from 11 to 12 may be awarded a band score of 4. And those who get a score of 13 to 15 will be awarded a band score of 4.5. Then 16 to 17 will be awarded a band score of 5. And so on. So this is how the score matches with the band score. So for listening test, you will be having a total of 40 questions and it will be divided into four sections of which the audio will be heard only once. They won't be repeating the audio and you have to be careful while filling the answers in your question paper. And 10 minutes will be given in the later stage for transferring your answers from your question paper to the answer sheet. So the score goes on like this. The next one is academic reading test. Similar to listening, the academic reading test is also awarded based on the scores the person obtained. If it is from 4 to 5, then their band score will be 2.5. Then if it is from 6 to 7, then their band score will be like 3. And if it is to 8 to 9, then the band score will be 3.5. So the band scores are arranged and it matches based upon how well the person performs in the test. When you see the table, you can get a clear understanding of what actually the test is all about. Next is the writing scores. So for writing, it is completely assessed by the person or the external who has arrived for the exam or the test. And so we don't have a score chart or band score based on that. It completely depends on the person who is examining you. See, for example, there are four criteria based on which you will be ranked. The first one is task achievement. So, task achievement is something that is related to the question whether the person is able to complete the task, which means whether the person is able to answer the question or does he deviate from the topic. That is what it is called as task achievement. Then, coherence and cohesion. Whenever we are about to write something, there should be some connection between the words and sentences and the thing that we are going to present or talking about. In this case, it is writing. So, whatever we are writing, there should be a connection between sentences so as to enhance the coherence and cohesion of the entire paragraph. And the third one, that is lexical resource. The usage of words and how do we frame sentences also matters. It has a major role in influencing the examiner. If we use words with high lexical resource, then we may be scored a high band score. In this case, they'll be focusing on the repetition. If a word or sentence or a phrase is repeated spontaneously throughout the paragraph, then it may feel awkward. So let's avoid repetition. Try to gather new words and add new meanings to your sentences so as to give an outlook of an excellent or perfect review or answer to the question. And the fourth one is grammaticality, range, and accuracy. So, grammar and how we choose words and frame sentences does matter in IELTS. The next one is speaking. Like writing, speaking is also assessed by the examiner. Here, the band score also depends on how well the person performs, and it is completely analyzed and scored by the examiner. It is based upon four marking criteria. First one is fluency and coherence. Fluency and coherence is how fluent we are able to answer their questions. Is there a connection between the words and sentences we frame while we answer? Are we able to answer them properly at the given time? So these things matters. And the second one, grammaticality, range, and accuracy. It is also based upon the grammar and how correctly we use the sentences and words altogether. And the third one, lexical resource. As I mentioned before, we should be careful while we are choosing to say something all of a sudden. It may be words or sentences or phrases or maybe the grammatical structure or arrangement. Whatever we say, the words should be clear and properly pronounced so that this may not lead to any misunderstanding or improper usage of words or sentences. The fourth one is pronunciation. Of course, as I told, Pronunciation plays a major role. If the pronunciation is wrong, then you may be marked very low marks or your band score may go to go to a low level. So these are the basics of IELTS and how they are scored based upon it. Let's look into each and every skill in detail in the upcoming videos. So thank you.